Hey guys, so I'm going to go through what I've been reading. Most of these books are a couple of weeks ago. It took me a while to get through them. I had a lot of books, like I think like 40 something books on my pull. So yeah, I'm going to go through the books that I really enjoyed first, talk a little bit about them, and then after that, just kind of breeze through the rest of them. So first off, I read the first four issues on self-storage and really enjoyed this. It's a 451 book. Basically, it's like a caper type of thing where just everything goes wrong. Just idiots trying to freaking do something. Basically, this is about these guys that go around and they buy storage units. One of them buys a storage unit that's got a zombie locked inside, and then the zombie bites somebody. And then they decide, hey, it'd be a good idea to like go and shoot paintballs at this zombie. And then somebody else walks in and they get bit, and so on and so on and so on. It's just spiraling out of control. Basically, these idiots are gonna start like the zombie apocalypse. But for some reason, this girl here, who is the first zombie, has got a crush on the guy that bought the storage lockers. So, yeah, it was a really interesting read. Really funny. Read the last issue on Last Contract 404. This was really good. Strongly recommend anybody going out and picking this up. If you like Ed Breslin, picking this up from Boom Studios should be a relatively decent trade since it's only four issues. Gangster story, just dark and gritty. Basically, it ended like I thought it was going to, with just kind of everybody just having to shoot 'em up. But there was a big surprise at the end that I did not see coming. That was pretty freaking cool. Issue 1 on Heartthrob from Oni Press. Really like this book. It's about this girl who got a heart transplant, and before she got the heart transplant, she was always like a play it safe type of girl, and was never really, always kind of sickly and never got to really have any fun. She gets a heart transplant, and the person she gets the heart from is a um, like career criminal type of guy. And so he starts telling her about things that she could do that sound fun to her, and kind of a Bonnie and Clyde story. I like stories where, people get organs or something and like have like residual feelings from those organs. And yeah, this was a really interesting story. Christopher Sabella can write some really unique stuff, so that's cool. I thought Robert Wilson the Force art on this also was pretty cool. Yeah, that Heartthrob #1, man, good book. Last issue on Slash and Burn. Really enjoyed Slash and Burn. Highly recommend this to anybody. It's a Vertigo book. I did, however, feel like this issue seemed like it was a little rushed to me. Like maybe they had this plotted out for like 10 issues, but they only got five, or they only got six, so they had to kind of pack a lot of stuff in here. But I did feel like it really finished the story, and the story's been great up to this point. So yeah, it's one of my favorite books. Dark and the Bloody #3, kind of a Hatfields and McCoys type of thing going on in the Appalachia, and this guy's got like PTSD from being in Iraq, and now these werewolves are showing up, and everybody around him just thinks that he's seeing things and kind of making it up, but no, there's monsters in them there woods, and there's a reason why they're there, and it tells us in this issue 3 what exactly happened that has caused these monsters to be hunting down the people that were in his group. So cool. Empty Zone #7. I think this is one of the most underrated books that's out there. This book is just great, man. Jason Sean Alexander writes and does the art on this. I think that his art's just phenomenal. Um, I mean, when something that's that badass is like the cover that, or the art that you cut because you're not happy with it, then you're doing something right. I liked in the back of this issue though that it did give all this like concept art of like her arm and different stuff. But yeah, this really good book about this this girl who was basically part of like a special ops group, and something went really, really wrong in the first arc with the special ops group, and now the government is kind of trying to kill her. The last issue of this I didn't really fully understand because it was kind of a tie together, a connecting issue between the last arc and this current arc. But this issue got us back on track. Our main characters came back in this stuff. So yeah, super cool issue on issue 7 on that. Black Widow number 2. Was so happy, man, that we got story in this issue. Explained why it is exactly that Black Widow has gone rogue. The art just continued to be just badass. And yeah, Chris Sammy's art on this and Mark Waid's writing, just really, really good stuff. I think out of most of these number ones that I got from Marvel, that there's only going to be about probably 4 of them that I'm really going to continue to read, and Black Widow will definitely be one of those. Then I got Unfollow, number 6. Unfollow has been a really good series. Somebody I heard said something about ABC picking this up for a TV show. Man, I sure hope they do, because that would be awesome. This book is really, really interesting. This issue basically gave us a background on this Reverend character who talks to God. God gives him all his instructions and everything. And he's kind of an off-the-grid, like, grizzly guy from Alaska that for some reason got invited to be part of the 140. And this issue gave us a lot of background on him, so that was pretty cool. Most of the background in that book so far has been on the main character, who's this kid from New York. So it was cool to see somebody else. Boisterous, number 3. This book is hilarious. I've said it before, it's about this guy that goes back, has a time machine, goes back and kills dinosaurs, brings the meat back, and opens up a restaurant called Forks and Fossils. And yeah, cool stuff going on here, man. If you like dinosaurs, if you like cooking, like if you like that Star book or something like that, then I imagine you would really like this. There's a lot of plot going on other than just the time travel and stuff. A lot of other stuff going on. Just really good book. And then the last of my top books is Old Man Logan, number 4. This book has been really, really funny to me. Sarantina's art on this, Jeff Lemire's story has been really good. But I think it's just funny the way that Logan came back to like kill all these people, and all the people that he goes to kill aren't the people that he's looking for. You know, he goes to try to kill the Hulk, and you know it's the Chinese Cho Hulk guy, and he goes to try to kill, or tries to go in and like get help or hang out with Hawkeye, and it's Lady Hawkeye, and he tries to go and like do something with Captain America, and Captain America's old, and you know he's just totally out of place in everything that's going on, and just wants to fight and kill, and it's hilarious, and it has just been super, super awesome. And one of my favorite things that I like is the way that Sarantino does his art, like in these big 2-page splashes. And it was cool in this because you got 2 pages in a row that were that same thing. So yeah, man, those right there are definitely like my favorites. Other than that, I read Humbug. Humbug continues. This is the last issue. Has been a really good series. Giant Days. I'm not really looking forward to this series as much as I was in the beginning, but it's still pretty good. The art in it, I really enjoy the art in it. So yeah, there's a whole lot more story that's developed in that the last couple of issues. The Woods, I said before I'm going to trade on this. After reading this, yeah, I'm glad that I'm going on a trade. I'll be happy to sit down, though, and read the entire run of The Woods and, you know, see what's going on with that. Nutmeg number 7. Book continues to be hilarious. It says in the back of this that it's written for young adults and adults, which I guess it is, because it's basically a story about drug dealing, I guess, involving, like, brownies. But, yeah, really, really well thought out story that's in this Nutmeg book from Action Labs. Scarlet Witch, thought this first arc ended great. Um, the art in this was by Palermo, is that what his name is? That did She-Hulk, and I wasn't a huge fan of it in here, but you know, it did have its moments that I really liked. So yeah, that first arc was great on Scarlet Witch. I would say that if you like Scarlet Witch, then you should probably check that out. But them going through a different artist every time has been kind of weird. Mockingbird number 2 kind of felt like in Mockingbird number 2, like it almost seemed like another issue 1. I didn't really connect what happened in the first issue and what happened in this issue totally until like the last page of it. Batgirl number 50. I really enjoyed this Batgirl number 50. I'm not sure what exactly they're going to do in the next couple of issues, but this was basically Fugue that has been screwing with her head, called up all the villains that she's fought throughout the entire New 52, and said, hey, I'll give you a chance to get back at her. And since she's formed like a little, like, you know, clique of her own, there's all these battles in here that are set up. I think it's cool the way they did them. Set up between one of Batgirl's people and one of Fugue's people. Pretty sweet. Star by Brian Wood. Continues to be great, man. If you like cooking, this is like some kind of dystopian Iron Chef. Really good book. Survivors Club. This book I'm not really looking as forward to as I was in the beginning. I'm still loving Dela Cruz's art. I'm still loving the writing and everything, but I'm just not, that's not really something I'm looking forward to each month. Guardians of the Galaxy number 7. If you like Guardians of the Galaxy, this book has been great. Last issue on Lantern City. I thought they wrapped Lantern City up great. Probably going to go through and do a series breakdown on Lantern City because I really enjoyed this. I think it's kind of unique in the whole like dystopian landscape out there because there's so much of that crap. The whole like steampunk dystopia thing that's going on here was pretty cool. Saw in the back of this that apparently Sci-Fi is going to pick up a Lantern City series, which would be cool. And yeah, I thought they wrapped that up really, really well. It's a really good story. Look forward to maybe picking it up in hardcover. Black Road number 1 by Brian Wood. Not sure that I really understood this story completely, but it wasn't bad. Basically about this this road to nowhere where you get like, I don't know, attacked by all kinds of people, and this guy's been hired to take all these priests north, but I don't know. There was a lot of stuff going on in that book. Spider-Man and Silk number 2. Been enjoying this series. Like that I'm still getting kind of a Silk book since that Women of Spider-Verse thing's going on, so I'm still kind of getting a Silk book there. Red Hood and Arsenal. I've crazy enjoyed this since the beginning of New 52, since I started reading it, and continues to be that good. I hope it's that good on the other side of Rebirth. Interceptor number 4. Can't say I'm crazy about this book. Love Donny Cates, man, but that Heavy Metal book, not a huge fan. Harrow County number 11. This is the start of a new arc, giving a little bit of background on the Maid Woman and what's going on with her. And then I just want to say one more time, man, last but not least, this Gwenpool was great.